So welcome everyone to our CHAOSS app ecosystem working group meeting. Today is Monday, January 24, 2022. So it's Sean and me today. It looks like it may stay that way. So we were just talking about what to do about this group in the future and what we can do to grow and continue this work even as the focus or interests or priorities of the initial members of this group is changing and shifting. So how do we sustain our work? One option that, do you want to talk about the option again, Sean, since it was your idea?
Oh, sure. I think there's still continued interest from most of us. It's just a matter of day jobs taking us and just having demands on time. So I think it's kind of two options. One is to expand the reach beyond. This has been historically a kind of GNOME and KDE centric thing. So one is to expand the reach to more projects, and the other is to expand the depth into which I guess we're pulling people from those projects. So for example, in KDE, it's been Neo consistently showing up, and are there others within the KDE community? Are there others within the GNOME community? So I think, yeah, trying to maybe grab more people from within individual communities gives us more more people to work on stuff, but also maybe more diverse input on things. I don't always see everything that happens in a project. But I really think it'd be a good idea to spread we can look at other, I suppose, things similar in the similar space as GNOME and KDE, desktop environment type things. Those are the two largest, of course. But also maybe at distributions. I say now kind of with the distribution community person hat on. Are distros currently doing anything with any working groups within CHAOSS that I don't know about, or is that?
Not that I'm aware of. What I was thinking, another option is to transition the work that we're doing here into the CHAOSS metrics model working group, which then would not be as focused on the personas that we have. They will also be talking about other scenarios and so on. And so the meetings themselves would not be as focused on what we've been talking about. That's one option. I don't know any distro-focused conversation really anywhere.
Okay. I know Red Hat has involvement that isn't me. Like Brian Prophet has been involved, but I don't know what kind of involvement. I don't know what kind of action happens there.
Yeah, Brian he was on the board. He was a founding member. He has since taken a step back a little bit. I don't see him on the calls that I'm in.
He's doing some other things at work these days too. So
yeah,
we all get pulled in different directions.
Yeah. So hey, Neo.
Hi, people. Sorry for running a bit late.
No
it's
worries.
A snowy day or night here in Athens, and we're not prepared for that. So everything, yeah, it's like up to my knee, and it's like nothing is moving outside. So yeah, I just came back from walking the dog, which was a challenge. So yeah, because she's this high and the snow is like above here. But yeah, all good. I came back with no injuries, so good.
Wow, that's a lot of snow.
Yeah, it's like this snowstorm that's above Greece right now, which has the funny name Hope, Elpida in Greek. And yeah, all of Greece is like shut down, the islands, first time they're seeing snow, things like that. So yeah. Beautiful if you're at home watching it outside, but not when you're walking on the streets. Or if you need to go somewhere for an emergency or something. The roads are all closed, nothing is moving outside. Anyway, don't let me distract you from the conversation. I understand you're talking about sustaining our work here and moving forward.
Yeah, my observation was that the original founding members of this group, some of us seem to be pulled in different directions, and we seem to be losing some steam. Maybe that's just because we're coming out of a break and things have been slow. But how do we make sure that we move forward and are motivated and get work done?
Yeah.
Or whether that's still what we want to do. And so that's why I brought it up to even talk about, do we still want to have these meetings?
Yeah, that's a good discussion to have indeed. And I see from the notes there has been some ideas.
Yeah.
What would the transition work into the metrics model working group mean for us? I mean, how do they work? What they work do they work on? Or do you work on?
So the metrics model working group is building use cases for metrics where they say, okay, you have this specific focus, like what we're doing with our personas. And here are the 3 or 5 metrics that you would look at. And why do you look at these? So they're building out these models of metrics for specific use cases, or in our case, personas. And so I think transitioning it over would look like taking their template, putting the personas we have already defined into that template, and then and then it would just live documented there. And we could move the 2 personas that we have talked about in there. The I don't actually know. I have not attended any of their meetings. And this is a fairly new group. It just started in August. And so right now they have one model that is already put together and then a few others they're working on. So they're also still figuring things out. Sean had joined our call a couple of months ago when this work was starting up to hear about what we were doing and to see how our works is similar or how we can learn from each other. So I don't know if you were on that call, if you remember that.
Okay, so we have 3 ideas, options. Do we have 4th?
It's interesting because I think there's so much, a lot of what we've done is I think just interesting to really anyone doing open source communities and not necessarily the kind of focus. And yet I think there is yet a lot that is maybe more specific to what the name is, which is an app ecosystem, a running a project that is not just itself, but it creates an ecosystem of third party and maybe loosely connected apps. But I mean, you know, the event organizer thing that we have is that's
Very
I could
generic.
take that and apply it to you know, all sorts of different projects. Yeah.
So what do you think the chances are of finding someone or others in GNOME and KDE communities to do you know anyone who might have interest in joining? Because then that's a simple thing. We can just reach out. And we can even, option 3 is we look at finding a new time that is more, that we are all able to join.
Has this been, I say this as the person in US Eastern, which is usually the most neutral time zone for a lot of this stuff. Has our time slot been prohibitive for anyone that we know of, or?
I don't.
It's evening for you, Neo, but I think not
Oh
stupid.
no, it's
right?
here. It's 8 in the evening, so it's perfect for me. It's off work hours, and I can join. I don't know, like from the original people that were here, I think Noriji was also in the US at some point. She was here in Germany. I don't know where she's now. And Shri also is in the US, right? So
Yes.
Shri's in the US. I think they're both West Coast Pacific time when they're in the US, which is, it's still a comfortable meeting time for, our meeting time, I think, is comfortable for anything from US Pacific to Central European, but we're probably not going to get people here from Australia.
yeah, Asia or something.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
So I've not heard from anyone who said, "Hey, I want to join this group, but I can't make the meetings." So
okay,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
In regards to reaching people, I did mention it to a couple of people from KDE that were into metrics things, but they were already busy back then. So I'm not very hopeful that this would have changed by now. What I could do is maybe send an email to the community mailing list, like a more generic one, and hope I might fish some people from there. But that just like, I guess, wishful thinking. You said it, and just hope that someone would respond.
Another option is also expanding participation from the CHAOSS community and sending a reminder on like Friday saying, "Hey, on Monday we are meeting and this is the topic we'll be discussing." Maybe then for specific topics we get participation.
Yeah, the truth is we haven't been so loud within the CHAOSS community. I guess we've been living in our own corner. But yeah, maybe that's an option as well.
I mean, even just any of us, like, tweeting that the meetings, if these are open meetings, to tweet and inviting people to join them, could do stuff. Are there people from, are there people actively engaged with community work with FlatHub that maybe we wouldn't reach by just trying to reach people who are within GNOME or KDE? Or does that just kind of catch them?
I am involved in the effort of the FlatHub Foundation also.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's Neil there, it's Rob, and it's George Castro also.
Yeah.
Those are the regulars at least. And then it's Aleix from our end. And that should wrap it up. I mean, we're 4 or 5 people there as well.
Okay.
Which is just beginning and starting to build momentum. George is doing amazing things on that front, like pushing things forward. But yeah, trying to see if we can get the foundation going, maybe under the Linux Foundation, things like that.
Cool. That is kind of the app angle of our whole app ecosystem thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think we have people would be interested in. They might all be very busy.
Okay. So I think we have some ideas here for what to do next. I'll take the action item to send a reminder to the CHAOSS mailing list. And the nice thing is I can schedule it in my email and forget about it. And then it just gets sent automatically. I'm also happy to tweet about it.
Yeah,
but you can also tweet about it
to the community mailing list also.
Okay. So I think we can try these things, see what happens, and then revisit this. And then Sean said he needed to leave in 6 minutes, so I also would like to get to the blog post.
Yeah, I checked it out over the weekend, and it looks like Sean already did most of the work.
I did some of it, but
yeah,
it's not ready.
It looked like there was much more information in there.
Would you like me to just polish it off and send a draft to the group?
If that's
I think
easy,
that would,
yeah, it would make sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just you can use the Elements channel, Matrix channel, just ping us or send us an email, say, hey, it's ready, and then
okay.
That works.
We can use that to maybe
great.
drum up some interest in the group as well. So
yeah, maybe publishing the blog post is also a good opportunity to try and share it, you know, as a sample of what we do. You will have 2 blog posts by then, and if you're interested to join us, here it is. So I think the last time we shared the previous one, we got some attention on our accounts at least. So maybe it's a good opportunity to also, you know, share this and have a call to action to join us to do more work on these things.
Another
to finish it with a call to, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Another thought is that we are the only CHAOSS group that uses Matrix. I don't know how popular Matrix is. At least from what I'm hearing, it's not getting as much attention or interest as I was hoping. And so maybe we can move over to Slack, where the rest of the CHAOSS community is.
Yeah, within KDE, it's very popular. Like, it's mostly where we hold discussions, and also maybe a bit some teams are on Telegram. But yeah, if we're hoping for more people from within CHAOSS, maybe it makes sense to be where the CHAOSS people are. But yeah, I know some people within KDE will find it an issue to join Slack because all the proprietary privacy things. So yeah, I don't know. But it's not like we have people now. So yeah.
I am on every chat medium that you might find used in the tech industry. And I don't like any of them. So, you know, just whatever gets us the best contributions. So
yeah,
okay.
maybe we can try getting more people from GNOME or KDE, and if that doesn't work, and we want to move towards CHAOSS and try that, maybe that could be a logical step, like switching
GNOME
that
is,
channels.
Yeah. GNOME's kind of split between Matrix and Rocket Chat. And I think the Matrix is still bridged to IRC, and IRC is still open, and probably some people still actually use that. And
yeah, same.
yeah, whatever.
Okay. I don't know what the best thing is here either.
I don't know. It's
Okay.
frustrating, honestly, because when I started out in things, everything was IRC, and it's not like I love IRC and I think it was the greatest, but it was so nice just like not having choices, I guess.
Everyone was there, right? So
yeah, you know where everyone is. They're in the same place. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It would also be nice if these weren't walled gardens and they would talk to each other.
Yeah, if federation is another challenge by its own. Yeah.
I wish that Jabber had taken over the world a decade ago, but it did not. Here we are.
I used it when it was a thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's the same in the proprietary world as well, right? You have WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening outside. So, yeah.
Okay. Do we want to do anything else today, or are we going to close the meeting?
Yeah. I guess if Sean is going to work on the article, then we can wrap it up. Maybe see if we can think of any other ways to push for this and decide in the next call or the next steps.
Okay.
I think it's worth making an attempt once we have the blog post to get more people in. And if that doesn't work, maybe reconsider ourselves on how to move forward.
Okay, so February 7, hopefully we wrap up the blog post. Anything else we want to discuss next time? And we can also talk about advancing the marketing or getting back into the marketing persona and wrap that up because we have a lot of good stuff there. We just need to finish it.
And maybe we can poke people in the channel as well for next week. So maybe we can get one or more people to share their thoughts also on the call.
Yep. I was asking for the agenda so that I can send the email to the CHAOSS mailing list.
Yeah, wrap up events, organizers, check out marketing persona, and think of ideas forward or set a path that should cover it, I guess.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. Then I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you both. And special thanks to Sean for working on things.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Bye, everyone. Enjoy your evening.